Hi guys, it's me, Sarah. If you're new, welcome to the Paranormal Bookshelf. I am the operator of the Paranormal Bookshelf, and I like to review books, and I've done one other live before, an unboxing video, and it went really well, and a lot of you got back to me and said you really enjoyed it, so I thought I would jump on today since we're all hopefully in quarantine, staying safe, practicing social distancing. I have two things that I want to share with you guys. I have a couple of books that I bought. I recently had a birthday, so obviously that means I got money to do a book haul. And also I want to do a video review, which I've never done before. All of mine have always been in the form of like a post. So today I want to try doing one live. So the book that I want to review is Obsession by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I know I have some fans on here of JLA and her work. So let's jump into this. This beautiful man is the main character. This is Hunter, and this is my first book that I've read from JLA. Thank you, Always Literature, for the birthday wishes. Jennifer is always amazing, I agree. So he is, like I was saying, this is my first adult book from JLA, which basically, if you don't know what that means, it's YA is young adult, so that's usually more of like your teenage age range. This is anything goes. Once you get into adult, that's free game for anything. And it also kind of gets into some stuff with the authors when they're publishing on what they're allowed to include in their content and what they aren't. So if you are a fan of the Lux series, the Origin series, this is, and it even says in her little opening message in the beginning that this is the book for you if you've always wanted to see what the world of the Lux is like all grown up, is what she says. So this one features Hunter, who is an Aurum actually, and if you have read the other series, the Aurum are sort of the mortal enemies of the Luxan. And in this story, I actually was really surprised because at first you're like, oh, he's going to be like a Luxan, you know, that's like a grown-up version of them. And he's not. He's an Aurum, like I said. And this was actually so good. The other character that he falls in love with is Serena Cross. It is, of course, one of JLA's classic tropes, a hate-to-love relationship. He is actually charged with guarding her, and at first, he does not want this job. Serena witnesses Luxan activity, and so the DOD is back in this book, and they're sort of keeping the Aurum under lock and key by using them to control the Luxan, and in exchange for their services, they don't hunt the Aurum. And Hunter, like I said, is charged with protecting Serena, and they are sort of in their own quarantine in this book at Hunter's home, where he takes her so that he can watch her. And we all know what happens when two characters cooped up in a house for days on end. They hate each other at first. We know where this is going. It's a great read. Highly recommend. Love this book. It's a quick read. I read this in less than 2 days. It's just fantastic. And like I said, if you're a fan of the Lux series and you're missing that new material from it that you don't really get from your rereads anymore, this is a good book for you. Yes, you need this book. Yes, yes, yes. Hate-to-loves are fantastic. They're one of my favorites. I actually saw a post the other day, might have been on your account actually, where it was like this or that, but based on book tropes, and one of the choices was, do you prefer a love to hate or hate to love relationship? And hate to love, that's where it's at. And I think the other option was friends going into a relationship, and hate to love. There's just something about those slow burn relationships that are really, they're really like catching and they get your attention. Head over to Barnes & Noble. That's where I got mine. Okay, and then as for my book haul, I have 3 that are sort of paranormal romance, and I have 1 that is a romance, but it's actually more of a historical fiction romance. So this first one is called Angel Bound. It is by Christina Bauer, and this book I found perusing in the Barnes & Noble section for what was recommended for me. And so the back here, it has all of our favorite things: angels, demons, prophecy, love, Angel Bound. And in this one, it's actually kind of interesting. The main female character right here, her name's Mila, and Mila is a demon. Woo! Losing my books here. Mila is a demon, and when souls are sent, when they die, they have the option of fighting for their right to be in heaven through combat. And she is sort of one of the soldiers that they send out to fight these souls, and she's never lost a battle. And when she wins, those souls unfortunately can't go to heaven, so they head downstairs to hell. And in this one, she meets another demon, is what it sounds like to me. And there's some crazy stuff going on. I got this one just because it seemed different. I love the angel demon trope. That's one of my favorite paranormal sort of audiences or groups to read about. I think there's so many things that you can do with them. And I liked this one because usually the girls aren't, you know, the badass fighters. And yeah, so I'm just excited to see this one. This one's also a special extended edition and I just bought this last week, so there's some special, it says an epilogue in here that was not included, I'm assuming, in the original content. And it is a part of a series, the Angel Bound Origin series, so there are more after this. And yeah, so that's Angel Bound. Yes, if I have to spend all my money, you have to spend all of your money. What's a better investment than books, you know? They last, you can reread them, you know? Otherwise, I'd just buy food, so I figure these last longer, you know? Okay, so this next one I actually got from the Bookstagram community. Somebody posted this as one of their high recommendations, and I thought I would check it out because, once again, she told me there was angels. This one focuses more on fallen angels versus divine angels rather than angels and demons. And this is Fallen Academy Year 1 by, I believe it's Leah, it might be Leah Stone. And this one just sounded really interesting to me when I read her review about it. Not only because of the fallen angel sort of appeal, but also because this is kind of one of those ones, another love to hate for you. Always literature. Not love to hate, hate to love. It's quarantine mind up here. Hate to love relationship, and he is actually one of her guardians / teachers. So I thought that was really cool that, like, it's one of those kind of, you know, an older guy or a guy who's like in authority falling for his charge almost. And yeah, and she's a little bit different from the other angels around, and he kind of swoops in and wants to give her another chance for survival. So that is this one. Okay, you've gotten this one too. Let me know if you read it before I do how it is, and hit me up with that info if you read this before me. I'm excited about this one. This is, again, another series as well, so it is a time investment if you want to finish it, but I feel like it'll be a good one. If the Bookstagram community recommends it, you know it's good. Next I have another JLA book. This one is actually from one of her other pen names, J. Lynn, but on here it says Jennifer Armentrout writing as J. Lynn. And this one is another angel one, but I feel like this one's going to be a lot different from the other ones because this is another one of her adult books, and I'm super, super excited to see sort of how she takes like the angel world sort of into an adult zone and an adult point of view. And yeah, so this one has Lily Marks. She's a Nephilim, and she is also a demon hunter, so I'm assuming in this book the Nephilim are the demon hunters. And she kind of gets involved with a fallen angel, and that is a forbidden sort of relationship at all. On the back cover here it says even like being friendly with each other could get her kicked out of her sanctuary. So that's another one of those I'm feeling like it's going to be a slow burn kind of novels. This is a standalone, so if you're looking for something to get into JLA and her writing and you don't really want to commit to an entire series, this is a great choice for a standalone or obsession, either one. And yeah, so this is one of her other adult novels that is paranormal based. She does have a few that are like realistic fiction that I've heard are fantastic, which I don't doubt. Hi Forever Beauty, how are you? Thanks for joining. Yes, see, we have like the same taste. That's what I'm saying. Yes, I was so excited to get this one, and I have a tendency of like when I buy her books, if I really like them, then I go back to the JLA shop, check it out if you're a fan, and go back and get the signed ones. So, yeah, this is Unchained Nephilim Rising, and I'm very, very excited to check this one out. I like to kind of bounce back and forth between my series and my standalones, so this one's definitely at the top of my next standalone reads. Yep, and it's a pretty good size. So I actually heard right now this is a standalone, like I said, and there was actually some talk there's a Jennifer L. Armentrout group on Facebook, and apparently this was supposed to be a series, and the second book is written, and she has started on the third, but they took away the publishing rights from her, and she hasn't been able to publish the second one. But she has said before that she really does want to continue it. So hopefully this won't stay a standalone forever. That's why I'm kind of scared to read it, just in case there is some sort of like cliffhanger and we have to wait a really long time for her to be able to publish it. But she said once the rights revert back to her, then she's hoping she might be able to publish it on her own. Yeah, it's really high on my TBR too. I'm glad to see that you guys have this one too. Yes, the JLA shop is stealing all my money, and I was really sad. I just found out I've been in contact with my local post office, and I had a big order coming for my birthday from the JLA shop, and they delivered it here, but we never got it, so I think it was stolen, and I'm really sad about it, because it had like 4 items in there from her shop, and I'm really, really sad about it. So I still have to like file a claim or something, but I didn't get it, and I'm really sad about it. But in happier news, my last book, this is a little bit different from what I normally read. This is a historical fiction / romance. If you are a big fan of sort of like World War II novels and sort of those underdog stories, this is a great book for you. It's a standalone novel. Thank you. I am just so sad about it. I ordered it back in January, and I've been waiting because sometimes like the shipping takes a long time, and I ordered it back in January so that it would be here on time for my birthday, and I was like, man, where is it? And apparently it was delivered 2 weeks ago, and they never updated my tracking on it, and it was stolen, and I don't know where it is. But yeah, so I am really sad about it, but thank you for the condolences. So this one anyway is called The Kaiser's Last Kiss. It is by Alan Judd. The way I found this book was on Netflix. There is a movie. So if you are unsure about this, or if you're somebody who likes to watch the movie first when it has like a book partner, even though sometimes that is not recommended, I probably would not have watched the movie if I knew there was a book, but I found the book because of the movie, so it wasn't really an option. But the movie on Netflix, if you want to check it out, is called The Exception. It has Lily James in it, and she's fantastic. And if any of you have seen Divergent, the guy who plays, what's his name? I think in real life his name's Jai Courtney is his name. He plays like the evil dude from Dauntless in the movies, but he is in this as well. He is a good character in this one, so if you want to see him in sort of a reversed role, this is also a good movie to check out on Netflix during your quarantine. But basically, this one has to do with the monarch Kaiser Wilhelm, and it's set in 1940, and so Hitler sort of takes over his guard with SS officers to protect him rather than his regular band of protectors, I guess. His regular security detail. And SS officers take over, and one of them is Martin Krebs. And while he's there, he's supposed to be getting intel secretly on what the Kaiser really feels towards the Germans and the Nazi occupation and Hitler and what he's doing in Germany in terms of like expansion. He's trying to get this information without the Kaiser knowing, and he ends up actually kind of befriending the Kaiser, and while he's guarding him, he realizes that they have a lot in common. They still have some disagreements, but he realizes there's more between them than he realizes. And where the romance comes into this is there is a housemaid who works for the Kaiser. Her name is, I believe it's pronounced Aki. I can't really remember, but it's Akki. And she's a maid in the house, but she's also Jewish. And they don't know that she's Jewish. She keeps this to herself so that she can get hired. And Officer Krebs falls for her, and they get into a secret affair in the house. And this is extremely forbidden in the house, and that's told to him when he arrives, that is against what they believe. And they go through with it anyway. She ends up telling him of her religion, and from there, he kind of has to change his mindset about what side of Germany he wants to side with, if she's worth protecting, and if what he's been taught all of his life and what he was taught to believe is really true, and if it's really what is best for Germany. So, I did read in the back of this, it's not completely historically accurate. He does take a ton of liberties to kind of make it that drama-filled historical fiction. But yeah, there is some history in it that he used as a plot line for this. But check out the movie on Netflix as well. It's fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. I've actually watched it several times. This is a quick read. I believe it's only 205 pages. And it has the bigger text for those of you who kind of look at the text first too. It has like that bigger text to it. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. This is another one that's right on top of that standalone novel, TBR. But that is all I have today for my haul. Hopefully I'll be jumping on soon. I'm thinking of possibly doing sort of a bookshelf tour, because I've gotten a lot of bookish kind of goodies to decorate it with. So I really love doing lives, and I hope you guys enjoy them too. But yeah, I'll be jumping back on soon, hopefully. I hope everybody's staying safe, staying healthy. I hope that you're checking on your friends and your family and just trying to make the best of this time that we have while it's so crazy out there. Get some good reading in. Check out some books. If you read any good ones, let me know. You can DM me. My regular account is Sarah McCloskey 2020. There's an underscore between Sarah and McCloskey. And yeah, you can message me anywhere if you just want to chat. I have Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, not TikTok. I haven't jumped on that trend yet. But if you want to know any of those, you can DM me. And yeah, stay safe, guys. If you need anybody to talk to, I'm always here. So thank you for joining me today. Yeah. Also, one last thing. If any of you out there, whether you be a Bookstagram or a book lover, somebody who's just checking out the page, if you know how to save lives as a highlight after they're done, please let me know, because I would really love to keep these up longer than 24 hours, and I just haven't been able to find anything really on how you save lives as a highlight. So if you know that, how to do that, or another way that when you do lives or Q&As or videos with your audience, how you save them, what platform you use, let me know. Okay? Bye, guys. Love always. Thanks for joining.